Hello, what is up guys? Evildoisarm here today, back with another Black Desert video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch that came to Black Desert on November 24th of 2021. Go over all of the events, that way you don't miss anything, as well as any important stuff from the patch to take advantage of. Quickly before we get into the video, happy Thanksgiving to my viewers who live in the United States, or if you celebrate Thanksgiving in general, and for everyone else, happy Thursday. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. And let's start right off with event number 1, which you can view in the Y key on the keyboard. If you scroll over to the event tab, you will see these things called Twinkle Twinkle Desert Star Chests. So for being logged in for 60, 120, and 180 minutes, so 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours, you're going to get these chests now all the way through till the end of the year, so December 29th, 2 days short of the end of the year. They have a ton of different things in them. They look to be better than the Oasis chests as far as the items that are in the drop table. So hey, at least we got one thing back from the Oasis event, which is now gone. Event number 2 is additional Garmoth spawns. So Garmoth, the world boss that spawns on specific days. You have 2 additional spawns on the next 2 Sundays coming up. So November 28th and December 5th, additional spawns for this boss. So that's pretty much it with that one. The next event, just in time for the end of the Oasis event, is additional drop rate buffs for all of the different bosses that you can fight, all the different world bosses that are out there. So Vel, Garmoth, Karnda, Zarka, Nuver, Kudum, and Offen. All those different world bosses have a double drop rate on all of their items, so it goes from 0% to 0%. Now there's a second part of this event involving killing any field or world boss, so any of the different bosses in the game at all will drop the Old Moon Boss Seal. This item can be taken to Jatina and can be exchanged for various items. The big one that a lot of people are going to be interested in is this one right here, Magical Shards ×3. So if you're working towards your pen gear, this is basically a pen boss gear exchange bonus quest here for you to take advantage of. If you don't want to do that, there's some other stuff down here for a lot more seals, but I think the majority of people are going to be going for this one right here. So neat little bonus to that event. Once again, this is for killing any world boss or field boss aside from Vel or Katzavrik. So yeah, just in time for you to have boss alts with no gear on them. Now the next and final event is the game sale event going on right now, and I tend not to cover these events, but it is Black Friday time, and I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering what's available. Once again, I never want to tell you how to spend your money or anything like that, which is the main reason why I never cover these, but if you are curious, there are price reductions on the game if you're trying to get your friends into it, or if you wanted to upgrade your edition of the game. Likewise, in the shop, if you were thinking about buying an outfit, it looks like everything's like 50% off, plus some other bonus stuff thrown in there as well. And that's all I'm going to cover because, once again, I don't like covering cash shop. And that's going to bring us into the patch notes, so not a ton of events this time around, once again, like we already covered. Black Friday event for sales and whatnot, more Garmoth spawns, Oasis Chest 2.0, and magical shards for your pen gear upgrade, plus some double drop rates on the different world bosses. So beyond that, looking at some of the actual changes, the first one is some major changes to Naru gear. So first things first, exchanging Naru gear into the Tuvala gear now has a UI feature that you access in-game. So this is available to season characters only, but the second more important part, especially with the removal of the Oasis event, is the fact that Naru gear now has bonus stats. So if you have a pen piece of Naru weaponry, you have bonus AP against monsters, which is huge. And in addition to this, the armor pieces also have bonus monster reduction and HP. So this is useful if you have any of the Naru gear sitting around on any of your alts, if you haven't thrown it away, binned it, or exchanged it for Tuvala at any point. I mean, if it's sitting around, consider breaking it back out. It now makes it not great, not as good as the Oasis stuff, but it is at least relevant now. Definitely be helpful in the transition away from all the Oasis gear. Next line in the notes is pretty relevant for people that do the adventure journals. There's a 3rd adventure log entry for the Alliston side. So if you go to the adventure tab, adventure log bookshelf, over here in the Alliston's Alchemy Journal, you can see book 3 has been added. I can't open it up because I never actually finished the last challenge here because this one's miserable. But I do have guides on book 1 and 2 for this journal, so if you want to go through it yourself and move on to book 3, I'll be making a guide on it eventually. Moving a bit further beyond some of this kind of filler stuff, we have a change to drop rates of different items when you're fighting the Thundercloud Kudum boss. So to entice you to get out there and do it a little bit more. And then beyond that, guys, there's nothing too crazy. I guess you can save preset colors in the color palette here if you want to do that, but otherwise nothing super amazing with the rest of the patch. Now, beyond the patch itself, looking ahead to something that a lot of people are super excited for, if you just go to the Black Desert main page, right here in the middle of the screen, it says the class reboots are coming December 22nd. So a lot of people have been looking forward to the class reworks. 17 different classes are being reworked. And yeah, this is the thing that was supposed to come out either beginning November, end of October. It's been delayed a little bit. It will be coming out after the season server, so you're gonna have to use your Fugar's timepiece this week You're not going to be able to hold on to it and swap to something, so that's another big thing. I've been telling people to hold on to it, wait for the class reboots. It looks like they've moved it after that deadline, so make sure to use your Fugar's timepiece, but that's besides the point. Class reworks coming out December 22nd. I will cover these when they go live. I do not like to make content about stuff that's not actually live or real yet. Everything's subject to change before it gets released. I don't want to be the guy that tells you one thing and then it's wrong and then you yell at me in the comments. I learned my lesson making Blade and Soul videos doing that. So December 22nd, you can be looking forward to your boy Evil Do Us Harm's content on that. So now this just leaves one last thing to cover, and that is the Nominate Black Desert for Steam Award little tab event thing that came up. So this is going to be linked in the description below if you would like to partake in it. Basically, if you feel as though Black Desert has been a labor of love in the sense that it's provided content continuously over the last 4 years, worked to constantly improve the game and all those fantastic things, you can check this box. I am not affiliated with Black Desert. I'm not a part of the partner program, not a part of anything. I get no benefits from you clicking this box. It is entirely up to you. I haven't even decided if I'm going to hit it, honestly. But it is something, if you feel as though the game has done a great job, you can recognize it in the Steam Awards. But yeah, the post basically just calls out some of the biggest things they've done, all their little quality of life things, the little inventory searches, the AMD Fidelity FX super resolution, the class reboots coming in a couple of weeks, the Calpheon Ball livestream that'll be going on in 2 weeks here. So they're saying if you feel like they did a good job, you know, hit that little button. And that, guys, is pretty much it for this update. So there is not a lot of content to really focus on here. Make sure you're claiming your daily logins for 3 hours a day. If you have Alt at World bosses, consider throwing some Naru gear on it now. It's not terrible, still not great. But there is the drop rate increases at the various world bosses and field bosses, also giving you that item for the magical shards for your pen gear. So you want to do that. Couple little quality of life changes, and generally nothing else too crazy beyond that. So if this video is going to help you here in Black Desert, do let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like, and if you have ideas for the videos you want to see, please let me know as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next live stream over on Twitch, the next YouTube video right here, or wherever I happen to see you. Bye.